How are we doing, everyone? I hope you're doing very well indeed. No time for a normal run-of-the-mill sort of video that I would normally be doing this week. It's been a bit of a week, let me tell you. Good to see some people here early on. How you doing, Marco? How you doing, Budwin? How you doing, 3DK? Let's get into it. I thought I'm just going to run through my lineups and also build a reward. I'm just here on my own, obviously. The guys that I normally run the podcast with are not here with me. But let's not dilly-dally, eh? This was the point of the live video. Marco, what did you get? I want to know what you got. Tell me the reward. I'll tell you what, has he still got his starting position? That's not bad, no. What was that? Was that a tier? What tier is Mitu? I'm interested to know. We will have a look at what I've got on, if I can move myself over. There we go. You want a Frank Onyeka? That's not bad at all. I'll tell you what, Frank Onyeka, I had a couple of rarities. It's pretty good going. Tier 3, not bad. Okay, tier 3, interesting. Yeah, they've moved some stuff around on Sorare as well, haven't they, recently? If we scroll on over to the, where is it now? Because normally your rewards would pop up in the lobby here, but now it's a new flashy sort of very Italian theme is what I initially thought for it. But I have got 106th in Limited Champion this week. It wasn't too great. Jared Vanderbilt let me down big time, in fact. I don't know what the... Can we still look at that if we go back? Oh, I've got a rare contender lineup there. A little sneak peek. Yeah, that was my lineup here. The 106th. 100 from the Giannis was the big score. Luca with a 70. Gordon Hayward, I had a panic one. I was on Live Before Lock with Mike last week, and then Chris Middleton got ruled out and then ruled in after the lock, which was great. So I panic bought a Gordon Hayward. I think they got the exact same score in the end, so it doesn't really matter. Vucevic was a nice one. 61 is a big increase on sort of what his L10 was, but Vanderbilt was the big letdown. Didn't play in that Mavs game. He was a late scratch. So if Vanderbilt could have improved, maybe would have been looking at something a little bit better. What was we looking at here? So we came 106th. We was 10 points or so off of a tier 1. So yeah, Vanderbilt was the one that let the side down, but I can't really moan at 106 in the end. Where are we doing? Where am I up to? Chris Duarte, I mean, hey, it will help when collections come. That Chris Duarte could help. You never know. 275th in common pickup and finished. Got 275 in. You score. Yeah, common pickup was tough this week. I mean, I was 272, 1,480th. Like you needed, I think, because there was so many guys hit big scores and that Giannis. If you didn't have Giannis in common this week, you're not ever going to win. So I think like I had a Jaren Jackson Jr., I had Anthony Simons, I had Kawhi. They all got decent amounts above their L10s, but Nick Batum was not a good call, was he? No. But anyway, let's not dilly-dally. I mean, I missed in every other award. Like, as you can see, best score in the last 4 game weeks, apparently 3 game weeks. Rare is just really, really tough. Best finish, obviously, in under 23 because it's only just come out. But I still think even then I was 20 or 30 off of getting one of those NBA gift cards. So, yeah, not it for last week in the other side, but we still snagged. We still hit a reward in Champion. Let's go and claim it anyway. We'll get some of these comments out of the way first. I mean, anyway, if you're a first time watching this channel, watching any of the Sorare videos, and you're not subscribed, drop a subscribe down below. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible, and leave a like on the stream if you're here right now. There's 8 of you in here. I'll go down well with it. Played with Jokic and Doncic. What did Jokic get last week? Did he score well? He got the ejection, didn't he? So I'm not sure I'm not sure what he got last time. Who was that? Aaron Holiday. I mean, we take an Aaron Holiday. We really, really do. Common pickup as well, tier 2. Ingram or Zion Williamson. There we go. That's who everyone wants right now. And in terms of the tier 2 for Champion, I haven't got much. My tier 2s this year have not been great. I had an Anthony Black the other week. I don't think Anthony Black will still be in this prize pool. I'd be very surprised if he was. But Hornets, it's going to be Gordon Hayward. No, God, it's going to be Terry. No, Brandon Miller. Okay, I'm very happy for Brandon Miller. He's a tier. He probably should be a tier 2, actually, but I'll take that all day long. I like having the rookie cards as well whenever they come. I've had an Anthony Black, Brandon Miller now. I'll take that. I mean, the Hornets are nothing to shout about. Is that a win? Let me know in the comments. I want to know if that's a good thing or not. But I think Brandon Miller's not bad, you know. Let me have a little look at him on Sorare data. Not a hashtag, not an ad. Brandon Miller. What are we saying? What are we saying for Brandon Miller? £10.45 on the limited side for a tier 2 nowadays. Yeah, good one. Nice pull. Okay, right. Okay, so there's some positive sentiments around here. I'm not sure if he's a play this week though. Pelicans and Sixers. I mean, he's projecting he's projecting like 2 or 3 above his score. He's very, very consistent on. He loves a 28 and a 26, doesn't he? I'll take that. 21 years of age, be very helpful in the under 23s. Let's go in. Let's jump back. Let's go and build some lights. So we'll do pick up first. Obviously, in the videos that I normally do each week, if I win a rewarding common pickup, I will be giving it away to a subscriber. This is no different because I'm doing this live and it will now live on the channel afterwards. So if you're subscribed and you leave a like on the video and comment anything, I don't know how the comments are going to roll because obviously I've got people commenting on the live stream now, but I'm not sure that they carry over into the video when it is archived away. But we'll sort some way of giving the card away if I do win. I have one on common pickup this year, in fact, but I think that's what it is. Paul Reed. I mean, I'm going to jump into some questions. Fire questions in the chat now. I'm going to get to them at some point when we're building lineups. I figured this would be more of a chill thing. This is not something I'm doing to steal away from my good friend Mike of Live Before Lock. Simply didn't have time to do the video, so I thought I'd just run it live. But if you have any questions, fire them in. I'll see what I can do and just run through. I think it's more of a so rare and chill. A live lineups is where I was going to go with it. I think he's a punting. I mean, just if on the case that Embiid sits, I think he's not bad, but it's back-to-backs, Detroit and Charlotte. I think the way the Sixers have been playing, and this is very, very strange to have as a Sixers sort of fan and watching them play, they should be blowing this team out by the third quarter, and that's what we've seen recently. But they've still then been playing Embiid by a lot of minutes in any case. So I think Paul Reed will be a good play this week. If he sits one of those games, Paul Reed is a smash play. He's up there with Asar Thompson as like one of the best players this week. So I don't hate it at all. I think his L10 is still like 14. I'll have a look when I do my rare lineups, but I think yeah, Paul Reed is definitely a good one this week. But in any case, let's build my common one. So if I look at here, Luka Doncic is definitely going to be going in there. I know it's only one game, but it's Portland, and Kyrie's still going to be out. They're still going to have a few guys out. It's going to be a one-man band Luka show. So a 57 seems to be like the floor, not the ceiling. I can expect a 70 or an 80-point game against whatever team Portland are going to put out. I know Ayton's back. Jeremy Grant might still be out of the concussion. Brogdon did come back. He played limited minutes off a bench. He still might be on a minutes restriction, but I think Luka Doncic is. I'm not going to sell Luka Doncic in any case, am I? If I scroll on down, some of the other guys this week that are not too bad. I don't hate Nick Batum on that 20 on a back-to-back. I know his scores have been bad recently, but Nick Batum in this Sixers team has been quite important for them. Jaden Springer did get recalled, so I'm not going to go there. I did pick up a Rui Hachimura recently. Josh Okogie, the majority of them are back. Bill Koulibaly, I could stretch to. I think I'm going to throw Koulibaly in. We'll throw in Goga as well because the Celtics have had all of their big men ruled out, I do believe. I think Al Horford was out. I think Porzingis is out. I think Luke Cornett is also out. I think Horford was just a rest, so he'll probably play one of these games, but we'll throw Goga in there as well. That's leaving 38, so we've got a lot left here. I really like Kawhi in this game against the Knicks, especially if PG sits it. I also don't mind Brunson against the Clippers. 32, have I got someone? Santi Aldama, I don't want to get that at 31. Let's go. Let's spend the 42. That leaves 35. 35 stretches to Triple J. I think I'm going to run with that. My Bamba is putting some work in also. Okay, right, fair enough. Is Bogdan Bogdanovic a good play this week with 2 game weeks and his streak of the last 2 games? Do you know what? I can tell you some of the stat lines from looking at some of the games on Bogey. But let's have a look at some of Bogdanovic's stuff. Let's pull up it on Sorare. Let's do it. Let's do this. Where's his scores at? 60. I mean, the 62. Look, the streak is very nice of him. But if you can see from this entire year of his past games, that 62 is his best ever one, and that 45 is then in sort of line with what his bests have been. And you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those games. Do I think it's possible that he does this again? Absolutely, yeah. This is normally how these things work. People will get hot. But if you look at the form, he's never really had 3 great games in a row. And it's very consistent of that it's a tip and then it dips and it goes back up, dips, goes back up. That doesn't mean past performance is going to indicate future results, but that's a classic sort of line. But no, I don't hate it this week. I mean, for 29, it's a bit steep because I'd suspect he might fall back down to in and around the 30s, but as a play, I don't hate it. So, folks, y'all think Amir Kofi will get minutes again? It's a risk. It's a risk. Any guys like that, you're always a risk. Like manager, like coaches can come out and say that they've earned minutes in the rotation, that they're going to then start performing and getting minutes and playing well. All it takes is almost sort of a few bad turnovers, and the coach will immediately get like this is the sort of thing that you need to think about with this. In any case, I'm going to go back. So that will be the common pickup. As I've said, if you're a subscriber on the channel, you leave a like on the video and you comment something down below. If I win the limited card, I'll give it away. I've done that all year already. So we'll submit that. I don't know what they're doing. Have I got enough under 23s now? Or I did just win that Zion. Can I put an under 23 lineup together? Yes. With 22 left on the table. This is the issue I have with some of these things, that you can't even play the under 23s because I can't earn enough common cards to competitively play in them. That's all it is with it. In any case, let's do it. Come on, let's build the champion lineup teams. The thing that I've struggled with this week is I don't actually know who the best MVP is, because Embiid has been the best player this season within the NBA. I don't think that's a crazy thing to say. I think he's even got better PER than Jokic, which is the sort of whole shining light of Jokic's main arguments have been. So I don't know if I want to stretch to 63. And then if I do put an Embiid in, it's like if I play a 61 Giannis, I'm leaving 59 left on the table. But I do think, with that said, Embiid is almost a must play this week. I think I have to pick him. And then instead of picking a Giannis or Luka, with the amount of guys that the Celtics have just ruled out, I feel like Jason Tatum, because I think Jaylen Brown's even questionable. I feel Jason Tatum's a no-brainer pick this week. Let me just quickly catch up with the chat. I bought Looney Moody and Kuminga. Who do you think scores the highest for my champion? The other two will go into contender. I think Kuminga will have the highest ceiling there, but I actually prefer Moses Moody, if I'm being honest, in that Warriors lineup and how they play. But I think because Draymond's out, I think Kuminga is going to be your pick. Like I've said, if you've got any questions, send them in. This is a very chilled out stream. I'm just going to build my lineups and we'll get the chat going. If you've got other questions, just fire them in. So Jason Tatum's going to go in there. I'll throw Embiid in there as well. If I scroll on down, I mean, I don't have tons and tons of cards in my gallery in terms of the limited side. I've got a good collection and I've earned good rewards from playing it last year. I think Chris Middleton at 26 is still too cheap in terms of the cap space and what we're talking about. He can get in the mid-30s, and now he's built up a bank of sort of minutes where he's been consistently performing and he hasn't had those injury doubts, touch wood. So hopefully he comes back in and is now settled into that Bucks rotation. So even 25 left. How difficult is the carry to work? Mike's not difficult. I mean, like he supports Boston, so if we're going to go down that route, then he can be. But no, Mike's great. I love doing the stuff with Mike on the Live and Follocks. Live and Follocks are great. Let's be serious. We all love it. George, are you stacking for the collections bonus? Right. So I've got a Sixers stack. If you can probably see from just scrolling through all of the cards, I've got every single Sixers random card that there is. Like Mac McClung's going to appear, Daniel House Jr. is going to appear. I have the Cork Maz. I've got them. I bought that collection before collections were even announced on the NBA, because they did it in football and they work so well. I was like, it's a no-brainer that they'll be within the NBA really soon. And here we are, 15 game weeks in, and they're still not here. So they're coming. We don't know when, but when they happen, they will be. Am I actively seeking other collections? No. Look, I've bought some new season 2 cards, and you obviously will get the bonus boost for having first owner cards. When you buy them on auction, you get an extra bonus because it's a first owner. Because I've got the best card in that team of Luka, I might look out and try and get some other Mavs cards to go with him, just because then I can build that bonus up. Am I actively doing it? No. But if I look and see that there is gaps in the markets and there's cheaper places, there's an auction that's cheap for like a Tim Hardaway Jr., I might go and throw it on there. But yeah, I think the Gordon Hayward I picked up this week, it's actually not a bad. Is he still within the 20? He's 25 still. I don't like playing Gordon Hayward on a back-to-back. Is the scary thing, because he could start and then immediately come off. But I don't actually hate that game against the Pels for him. But then that leaves me with 26. And that RJ Barrett here, this season 2 one, I'm giving away soon, because I'm going to draw the result of whoever won the Twitter giveaway I've done. I probably should have that up. I should probably be a better organized streamer and have things like this ready, and I don't. But if you go and follow or find my Twitter here, there will be a tweet up available to go and retweet. Follow me. It's with Sorare. Follow Sorare. Follow me. You're probably already doing it. Retweet the post, and you might win some NBA tickets. I'm going to draw that up a little later on. I've just been a bit stretched, what we will say. Tobias Harris. Do I really want to pick a 26 Tobias Harris? I don't really want to do that. It is Charlotte and it is Detroit. But I've got Jordan Poole PTSD. I don't know about anyone else in this chat, but I should have sold. Man, I should have sold that card when it was the hype was there. You always sell in the hype. He's not hit above a 40 yet, and he's questionable. The Indiana game would be really good for him, I think, because it is just that frantic, like, we're going to shoot more than you game. But we'll run Tobias Harris. Do I think it's great? No, but we'll wait and see. Let me catch up on the chat. We'll throw that one in there in any case. I haven't seen the Celtics starters ruled out. Where have you seen that? So it's Underdog NBA. Let me quickly show you. Actually, it'd probably be easier if I do it this way. There we go. So go and follow this page here. You can turn notifications on for them, but they will always tweet out whenever they get injury reports from the NBA, because I think in America it's a little bit different on the terms of, because they have legislation there in regards to betting and gambling, the teams have to let official reports in to where if players are injured, unlike over here in the UK where I am, where managers will hold press conferences and just be like, they might play and they might not. I'm not going to tell you, and smoke and mirrors and everything like that. So it's a little bit different within the American side of sports, but that's my champion team. Let's do Contender, shall we? Let's do Contender. Let me catch up with the chat while this loads through. Also, how do you see Grant Williams this week? Low risk, high reward. Yeah, I mean, mate, I bought a let me scroll down to him. I bought a Grant Williams last week, and then he got a late scratch. There he is. 70. It's the same thing as Luka. I think if he's starting, and I don't know if there's been an update in terms of if the Mavs plan to play him or not this week, or if he's injured or not. But if he's starting, I would be playing him, and probably he will be going into this Contender. But the man I'm going to be throwing into Contender at the start is someone that did really well for me last week, is Vucevic, because whilst Miami don't have a big man, I am going to be riding that, and also that the Bulls don't have Levine. So Vucevic does just do better in these games, as you can see. Like, he can score in the 40s and 50s because he's a big man that can get us. He's just a really bad Jokic on Sorare, is how I describe Vucevic. So we'll throw a little Vucevic in. Speaking of the Warriors as well before, was we talking about the Warriors at any point? I don't think we was. Speaking of the Warriors beforehand, where is Kevon Looney? I can't even find him. Kevon Looney's got 2 games. I think the issue with the Nets is I don't actually love this fixture for Kevon Looney, but I don't know if DeAndre Ayton will play. He's always questionable, so I'm kind of happy to play Looney. And whilst the Warriors are sorting out all of their troubles and woes, I will ride the coattails of a big man against, of one of their bench guys, really, because he's not started off great since the season has in any case. Let me catch up with some of these. I have 4 to 5 cards of the Sixers also. Yeah, I don't hate. I think if you're looking at starting collections as well now at this point, I would be looking primarily at teams that you think are going to go far within the playoffs is what I'll say. How do you like to split your cap? Obviously, your MVP doesn't matter, but what cap do you look at for your second and third guy and then so on? I think ultimately for me, that would depend upon if I've got one of the smash plays this week of the lower L10 guys. And normally that does differ. It can be someone who's like if it's a Jackson Hayes week and they're 7, then obviously you can go and splurge a bit more on the other positions. But I would normally tend to look at, I've got my MVP sorted. If I need to run 2 MVPs, like if I was going to play my champion, a Embiid and also a Luka, then yeah, you've got to be a bit more frugal with it. But if I feel like both of them are must-haves, then I'll try and make it work. Like, I know this week Lamar Stevens is probably going to be a good pick in terms of what he's going to produce, but we'll wait and see what happens now. A few other guys like Jericho Sims is a 3 L10. I'm not sure if he's still within the Knicks starting lineups, but if I had that guy, I'm then going to put him in there, and then that's how I would decide for it. I think always sort your main must plays and then go from there. I hope that answers your question. I think I'm going to do a Western Conference stack next. Yeah, I mean, look, this is the part of where you can kind of be creative and play it your own way and things like that for it. I have a feeling I'm winning Barrett. You never know. I think there's like 100 retweets. There's not many on there for a pair of NBA tickets in any case, and a nice season 2 card. So we'll wait and see for it. Who do you think is the better buy as an MVP, Luka or Embiid? Taking away all of sort of my biases, I think Luka is the better MVP. But with that said, I don't expect them to go very far in the playoffs, whereas I'd expect Embiid to make at least the semis, potentially conf finals with how they've been playing this year. So you can weigh up younger. Also, the other argument is that, like, if you look at this as the whole like NFT, if you own your own cards, then Luka Doncic is like 5 years younger, so you have him for 5 years more of utility and can see it like that. But who knows? Thanks for all the answers, mate. I will come back every time you do this live. It reminds me of my like, this is not an attempt of doing some fake live for lock. I literally just didn't have time. I will always prefer, I think, to do an edited video, but I just didn't have time this week, so I thought I'll run it up live, and maybe I'll do a few more of them there and when. And we do the podcast obviously sometimes live to interact with the chat and so just talk general hoops and NBA stuff. But normally, again, that we normally do it and then we cut things out and edit it in that case. But yeah, there we go. Yeah, I mean, that's Grant Williams to a T, though, isn't it? Santa's voice. That's Grant Williams to a T. I'm going to make them both. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, let's get on with this lineup. We've been dilly-dallying now. It's been, 23 minutes live. This is meant to be a quick one. Yeah, I know. It's just when I do it edited, then I can sort of cut it and make it into a nicer piece, and then it's there and live and everything like that. So why is the Sorare market so low right now? That is a question. That again, we're doing, do you know what, we're going to merge two ones here. That is a video that I'm working on and sort of how I want to format it. I think there is a number of factors at play in terms of why it's low right now. Over minting and over producing is one, but that's how Sorare earns their money. So it's going to be a factor of that. We have to have the game live on with it. I think there's multiple things that drag it down and drag it up. And yes, it's going to be ultimately, this happened last year. And I think people again have quite they have recency bias with this, but it is worse than it was last year. You get a dip and then it will pick back up again for sure. I know it will. This game is too good for it not to, but it's just in that lull right now where a lot of people it's hard to win this year because the scarcities are lower, which we asked for. And because you can't win, everyone's like, well, I'm not going to buy cards. And then it just spirals on. But yeah, it's one of them ones for it. Right. Should we finish this lineup? Anyway, I've got 19 left, which I don't really love building 19 left. I don't want to put Anthony Black in. I'm so fed up. Is Lou Dort is the 100% party mix bag of what you're going to get. You're either going to get a 6 or a 30, and that's why he's 15. But I think I'll throw Lou Dort in at 21. Grant Williams, I might play with as well. I'm not sure if he's fit, but again, I'll look at these lineups again before locking. Again, these lineups are not 100% safe and secure. When injury changes happen and late scratches happen, who knows? 25 left. Jordan Poole, but I'm not sure he's going to be there. I don't actually hate Killian Hayes because I hate when it does that. I don't actually hate Killian Hayes because for some reason he's been starting games over Jaden Ivey. And can anyone tell me why? Because the highest paid coach within the NBA sure thinks so. So maybe we're all wrong is what I'd say on that one. Sam Hauser's an interesting one actually this week now. I didn't even think of that. 20 is normally too high for him, but Sam Hauser potentially could be it. Do you know what? We're going to go Sam Hauser and Killian Hayes. I could go Dylan Brooks, but that looks so mid though, doesn't it? Kevon Looney, Lou Dort, Sam Hauser, and Killian Hayes. That can't do anything, surely. That can't do anything. If I see closer to the deadline that Jordan Poole's playing, I think he's a must against Indiana. I think he's a must, but we'll play that in there for now because we need to move on. Before I jump into, let me do my limited under 23 guys. Hold up. All right, so we got Sengun, we got Maxi, we got Franz Wagner. We need the new cards though. I've got the Brandon Miller. Yeah, I've got to use the Brandon Miller, surely. Anthony Black or Quentin Grimes. It's got to be QG, right? Yeah, we'll do QG for the although Anthony Black starts for the Magic, doesn't he? Yeah, we'll use Brandon Miller. It's probably not the smartest move. It's probably better to play a Walker Kessler or a Dayron Sharp against the Warriors, or even a Case and Wallace, but we'll use that. Yeah, we'll go grimy. Oh well, let me catch up with the chat. Christmas 2022 bump. I don't think that 2022 bump's happening again, but I think we'll get a bump. I just think we're in a bit of a trough right now. Once things pick up and there's the Christmas comps, and I've said I think the playoffs are a huge thing. They need to get that right this year for sure. When do we get coins? So I don't know if you guys saw, and actually the beauty of living this. The beauty of live streaming this is I can go and show you on the football side of things. You can go and see that. Where is it? The newest update. Can I show this? You all incoming activity. Look at all the offers that I've got. Wow. It's not going to show it, is it? So they introduced like new loot boxes or something like that. And they've also changed the market on the football side. So now when you do the merch, that you can go and buy raffle tickets and all of this sort of stuff. I think they're perfecting it on the football side, and then they're going to launch it on the NBA side. That's my guess. So once it's all perfected, they will launch the club shop and then also launch coins within rewards. That would be what my guess is, because in every competition, you should have an amount of points that you hit that then provides you with coins earned, is what I would say. Paul against the Pacers could go big. Yeah, big time. I mean, it's one of them games, isn't it? It's just going to be mental for it. Monty doesn't want to be there. I don't know. What do you think is a case of that he's purposefully performing bad to try and get sacked and get the money? But I think then Detroit just got to hold firm. You ain't going anywhere. You signed that contract. You've got to make this good. Because if he doesn't, and he is there for years and doesn't get any better, he just ruins all credibility. He won't ruin all credibility, but it will be a massive stain on it. No one knows it. Also, Ivy gives a good energy pace. I mean, John, I love Ivy. I don't know what, I don't know. Anyway, you finished at 30th and under 23. I mean, the Wemby card, Wemby was like 70 so rare points this week as well. So yeah, that's that. But yeah, I mean, I might win a $20 NBA gift card, which again, I don't mind the under 23 prizes. I think they're quite good. It's tough. I know it's to 50th, but $20 of NBA gift card is kind of cool for cards that I'm going to play and have for ages because they're all under 23. I don't hate it. Let's do Underdog. I think did they not nerf Underdog rewards? They certainly nerfed them on rare. Was it only ever 20 cards? Was it 20 cards on rare? Probably should know that one. Any case, let's build these out. 60 left. I didn't even put Paul Reed in my mains. Paul Reed's got to go in. Paul Reed has to go in. I didn't put him in my main ones. 11 left. Anthony Black will play. Everyone knows that I love a Jackson Hayes pick, but I'm not going to pick Jackson Hayes. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it to myself. Look at that. Look at that Ja Morant. He's going to be back soon, isn't he? What a card he was to buy last year. Wow. Great utility. Jaden Spring, I know he's back off. I think he got recalled. I think he got sent to the G League and then immediately recalled and reassigned. So we'll put him in just in case the Sixers do blow one of those teams out, which is kind of likely, in fact. Shake Milton, I think he's not a play, even though they're playing the Pacers. I think Anthony Edwards will play that game. Casey Wallace, I actually don't mind playing. 15. Do I want to play Champagne? He's not even getting minutes recently for it. I'd rather play Boucher. Yes, I love to see that. The Jackson Hayes movement. There will be one week, mark my words, there will be one week where he will be one of those top performing projections that everyone wants. And when that happens, you'll thank me. That's all I'll say. Yeah, we'll run. Guys, Rookie Central got 3 rookie cards in here. I'm going to run that. I don't love that, but it's Underdog, so I don't care. Underdog is like one of those ones that we asked for last year. It's like, we want more places to play our cards, and then we got it. And now everyone's like, it's fun, but you can only win a tier 3, I think, can't you? Yeah, so I think you should win like at least a tier 2. If you win the competition, you should win something better than a tier 3 potentially. Anyway, Red Champ, let's do this. So I know I've said before that, and I've yattered on about last year it was always prioritizing champion, and then this year for rare for me, I almost feel like it's not about prioritizing champion because it's so hard. Where does it pay out now with the new rewards though? So it's 168 to win $5 of credits, and we still don't know if those credits can be used on football or on the MLB. If these credits stack, I think the limit. I think we only have them for 2 weeks. I do believe, but does Mike still do? Yes, Mike. Yeah, yes, Mike 100% does. This is not a replacement for it. I just didn't have time. Yeah, at least first place. That's what I mean. I think first place you should always get. If you win a competition, you shouldn't hit a tier 3. But any case, I think Contender got a bump because now they have Contender. Has Rare Contender now got tier 5s, or is that coming from next week? I think that might be next week when they announce that. But in any case, we'll do Red Champion if I can connect. If I can connect to it, Red Champion. So I mean, look, Booker's got 2 games here, and one of them is against Washington, and that's all I'm going to say. So he's going to be in. Anthony Edwards, I know he's got 1 game, and I'm terrified of playing him because he came off injured the other day, and he still didn't play that great against Dallas. But I think that Indiana game is going to be spicy. Even though, I mean, Minnesota have been amazing this year, and we've spoken about this on the podcast, but they still play at a slower pace, and they're not the highest scoring team I'd want to say. I don't know without looking at the stats for this, but we're also going to throw Jaren Jackson Jr. in because he's actually been turning up on a heater recently, 63 and 67. So nearly double his L10, which is just a must play. Now, this is where it gets a little bit interesting because I want to pick Jeremy Sohan, and I also don't want to pick Jeremy Sohan because the Spurs suck and all of that jazz. But I don't know, I've just got a feeling about him this week. And I've always said I go projections and then I go feelings. Getting a top 30 limit champion is easier than getting anything in rare contest. Do you know what? I'd agree with you, Carl. I'd 100% agree with you. Limited champion this year, so we're in game week 15. I think I've hit a reward every game week, bar 2 this year. I think 2 game weeks I haven't hit, which was the first game week, which is really annoying because the first game week is when you can earn one of those new season cards and sell them for the most. But I didn't hit in the first week, and it was like the 7th week. And I've hit every other week in one competition, whether it be the IST, whether it be champion, contender, whatever. Limited champion, I've hit 2 tier 1s this year, and I've had, I think, 2 or 3 top 100s, and then a couple of tier 2s as well. Limited champion this year has been really, really nice to me. So limited champion has been my favorite game mode this year, for sure. I don't want to run Paul Reed, not in champion. Paul Reed's going to be a contender player, I think. I think do you know what? We'll pick Jeremy Sohan. That leaves me 28. Is Ayton 28? Do I not have an Ayton? I thought I had an Ayton. Can I see if I've got cards? Have I put him in that? Did I already build a contender lineup before I jumped on? I might have done that. Yeah, I'm picking Ayton for champion. I think we do that. I don't want to pick Lillard, even though he's got Detroit. He's not had a massive game yet. Like, we're talking highest of 64, and that's not really a bump on an MVP and a rare champ that you need. So we'll hit that as the champion. Yes, get rid of the other cards. We'll hit that there, and you can see the amount of new season rare cards that I had there is not great, so I don't have enough for a under 23 lineup in any case. We'll build contender, and contender's where I feel if you're going to win in rare this year, it's here, and that's what I'm. Yeah, Sohan's been up and down in any case. I've lost my train of thought there. I saw this other comment. Does anyone know what the hell is happening to Wiggs? Spoils me every week. Mate, I know. It's been sad to see. Or not if you don't really like the Warriors, which a lot of NBA fans don't do in general, just because of what they've done in recent years. But I mean, what's Wiggs? He's at 21, which is higher than I thought he'd be. But I mean, I'm seeing Wiggs still in last year's light, and that's where you need to sort of scrap it. He isn't this player playing for them. I know he had that month away, which is not going to help. But I mean, sorry, come on. Can we do a better thing of showing this as well? Like, why have I got to continuously drag it and then highlight it? I'm sure we can find a system of the UI. And okay, let's just restart Rare Contender here now. Just come on. I think if we're looking at Rare Contender, I don't even know if I want to pick Andrew Wiggins, which is more mad. 21, 2 games, and I'm not sure I want him anymore for it. But if you look at it on the flip side, when this 43 game goes out of his L10, he's going to be, and this 47, he's going to be a smash play. But as you can see, he's capable of doing it. So if you're going to pick him, I wouldn't go mad at you for it. I think it's a solid play, but be prepared to be heartbroken. Absolutely do that. Sohan's been up and down. Yeah, Booker better too. Yeah, good morning, Hershey. How are we doing? Oh, there we go. Mr. IST. There we go. I don't know where you find it. Where did you finish in the end, Gilbert? Let me know. Where did you finish? How much dollar did you secure? What was the bag worth? Let me know. I mean, again, like the court report they done the other day, I loved it. And I love hearing all of the sort of stuff that they're still working on. And it was a bit of communication just to let us know. But I want to know when the next long season, like the long format comp's going to be. Like those competitions are sort of, that was such a big smash. Everyone loved that. So I want to know when the next one is, even if it's just going to be like an East and West long form compact. Just let long format competition. Just let us know. That's what I want to know. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, Podemski's looked really good as well, though. I had someone sent me an offer the other week for a trade on him, and I really, really wish I'd have accepted it now because it was it weren't a bad trade, and we was haggling over such small margins. And he was in it was his rare card. I can't remember what rare card he wanted to take off me, but 100 cap long form, 100 cap long comp would be fun. 100 cap is tight. What's Underdog? 60. Contender's 110. Yeah, I wanted to be a little bit more sort of like different and new and just try some other things. Like I love the staple competitions and I think these are good formats, but throw some new stuff, some different things. Like even if we had division comps, could be another one for it. So and there we go. Does Giles' return matter? Yes, it does matter. The annoying thing is as well is that he's not going to come back in with what we calling it, a DNP. He's going to have a score still, which would have made him a really good play that week. But I think Memphis will improve. There's no doubt about it. You missed John Morant. I don't think they're going to potentially then become the third seed like they were at points last year, but or as good as they were last year, because missing 25 games. I know they said that he was going to be in all the training practices for them, but it doesn't just work. It doesn't click like that. It won't. I'm hitting limited Tim off nearly every week. You only one of your limits to have a massive game and it pays tier. So I can't remember because I've never been in the situation from my gallery for it. If you're in limited tip off, is that if you've only had 10 cards or more? Is that how it works on the NBA side? Like if you get more than 10 limited cards, can you then not play it? Is that how it works? Yeah, monthly tournament's 5th. Damn. And then 3rd in rare champion. What must be nice. Must be. I'm not moaning because I've hit rewards, but that's some solid work. That's some solid work. Right, let's do this lineup, shall we? Rare contender. I don't like Mikal Bridges. Right, let's turn this using another lineup feature off. We don't want to see that, do we? So I think is LeBron back, or is he just going to be questionable every single game of the year and then play every game? Because if LeBron's not back, then I want to pick Cam Reddish. I'm going to throw Cam Reddish in any case. I'm also going to throw Jordan Poole in because I feel like we'll have this lineup set as if he is playing against Indiana, and he is a big doubt. Jaden Ivey, I'm going to throw in there as well. Look at that. 3 count. Wow, look at me, early investor. Well, early investor is a strong term that I'm not going to use, actually. Caleb Martin is the other one. I mean, Markelle Fultz is the longest serving questionable knee tag without being officially out. But I'll throw Bruce Brown in as I think he's got the sort of Bruce Brown doesn't ever have like 40 is the ceiling. Nah, it's the Wizards. We'll do that. I don't love. See, the thing is, I don't have any of my mid-20 guys, mid-20 to 30 guys. Am I going to put Paul Reed in Underdog? There's no way I'm going to put Paul Reed in Underdog. I'm going to put Paul Reed in Underdog, aren't I? Paul Reed in Underdog. Wow, what a time. Yuta, we'll throw Yuta in as well. This is Underdog, isn't it? There's a Nish Smith if anyone wants to buy that, because he's the best guard on the Hornets, not including the Melo Ball. Trendon Watford's not bad this week. I think I don't know what he'd project well, but he was getting some decent minutes for the Nets, and they're playing the Warriors, who are down so bad that you can have a definite look at him. We'll throw V8 in there as if he's going to play. I don't know if he will. And then Simone Fontecchio. I've smashed that name, and you will not tell me otherwise. I don't have an under 23 rare. I've got 1 new card. You need 2, don't you? Yeah, I'm not buying an under 23 rare card just to play in this one. So I'll look at that. Was that a Kai Jones that I had? Let me go back. Wow, Kai Jones. He's done really well since he left. Since he had that contract waived, he's been smashing it in the NBA, hasn't he? Yeah. Same. Do you remember Garubu? Do you remember Garubu last year on the Rockets? He had a little good run towards the back end of the season. Warriors picked him up and haven't even shown him the light. Let me pick up on the chat quickly. You have to stay on a 5 limiteds and have never played a limited comp, I think. That's an interesting strategy. So every time you win, then do you just sell the card that you win and then keep it that way? And if you go over 5, do you then lose your access to ever play it? Like again, if you dip back under 5, can you go back in it? That's an interesting one for it. Yeah, the thing with it as well is obviously, I mean, I think he's like 20. He's like 22. He's Spanish, isn't he? Right, Garubu? If I'm saying that, I think he's Spanish. And some of these G League guys will get random points within the season where they will try them out. So this is why I keep them though. And this is why I'm happy that tier 5s are almost back. I know people get annoyed at opening a tier 5 sometimes. For me, in the NBA, a tier 5 is the best mode out of So Rare to win a tier 5 in, because randomly one week and maybe towards the back end of the season, or when everyone's played their 65 games to meet All-Star and they just rest for the rest of the year, these tier 5s will come into effect because they're going to get minutes. That's how it's going to work. Oh, nice one. You're also Spanish. Yeah, cool. Nice. There we go. That's the spirit. And if you're watching this on playback, hit subscribe too. There we go. Nice one. We're trying to reach 1,000 subs. Come on, help us out. Help us out. So we haven't got under 23 as well. We'll do street ball because we want to compete for $50 or a $1 amount. We'll throw Giannis. Oh, look at this street ball lineup. Hold up. Jalen Brown, he's questionable. Don't want to throw him in there. Kuzma's not bad. I'm going to pick Kuzma for that one. Walker Keza's back, so I don't really want a bonus. Paul George was questionable. James Harden's coming off the best game that he's had as a Clipper, which then means he's going to put in the worst game he's had as a Clipper. And I don't really want to scroll any further down there. I think I'm going to throw with Mikal Bridges. He's playing the Warriors. It just makes no sense. Look at that. It's a lineup. See, I've got all these cards and I can't play them in a proper comp. Sad. What do I get in street ball? Is it $1 for fifth? You get $1. So they're giving away $300 there. $3 if I come sixth. If I come sixth in the world, I get $3, and then $50 if you win it. I think they have to have this competition for some form of legal reasons. I really wish this competition was scrapped and that they spread this money out somewhere else, because it's, unless you've got super rares, it seems like you just don't win this. That's it for sure. That's some good ROI. Yeah, get the spreadsheets up. Let's get the Excel formulas rocking and rolling. Ah, dear. I sell the reward every week and swap my limiteds when the cap gets too high. If you go over 5, it locks until you sell. Okay, cool. Right, so it's an interesting strategy for it in any case. But I think that's going to do me there. We'll do training lineups just so I don't forget to do them. Look at this new feature. Wow. It's actually quite helpful, I can't lie, because I'm so bad at remembering to do training lineups, especially if I'm on live before lock. And obviously go and watch live before lock tonight as well. Don't be silly. I might be on. I don't know if I'm going to be on it tonight, but go and check it out for certain. And yeah, I think that's one's going to do it there. I hope you did enjoy this stream. I hope it's a different concept of doing it live. It was meant to be quick. It's been 45 minutes, so that's gone really well for me. Yeah, I hope you did enjoy it. It was all good. This was fun. We'll maybe do this again sometime soon as well. And yes, I will announce the winner of the NBA ticket giveaway on my Twitter. So go and follow that there or here or wherever it is. I'm trying to remember how the multiple flips of the cameras have worked. But yeah, I think this will do it. And I'll be around on socials at some point for it as well. So stay safe. Enjoy the game week. I hope you win lots of rewards, and bye.